I'd like to see it for my whole stack, please. What is my whole stack for I'd like to see it? I think I'm beat, but I'll call anyways. Heads up, short stackers, because this one's gonna sting. If you practice self-awareness, some players can act more as a gauge for your mental status than a formidable opponent. Why? Because they telegraph how to beat them. Most winning players I talk to share my opinion on short stacks. Dead money. Short buyer has at least 5 buy-ins on her person. Pre-flop is the type of player to limp call any 2 suited cards and 10x raise with their premiums. We've got ace jack on the button versus her limp in middle position. She donks into a flop that has a 2 flush. I raise the flop. She donks the turn when the flush comes in and I pick up a combo draw with the stiff ace of that suit. River is a blank. She checks. I move her all in.
He thought he was in control. How wrong he was.
She called off after about 30 seconds, shaking her head, furrowing her brow. I've always wanted to say that. Furrowing brow. I'm showing a 4 high flush. Why would she play 4 deuce suited? Because it was suited. Time for some introspection. It's important to understand the player profile and tendencies of your opponents. It's not her fault that she didn't fold. It's my own fault for trying to move her off her hand. You can't play poker against players who perceive poker as another table game. Scare cards, bad runouts, 4 flushes. They only see their cards. And if you're a good player, they'll often assume you're bluffing because that's the easiest rationalization for them to keep drawing to their hand or holding on with middle or bottom pair. Some people you cannot bluff, like the nit who waited all day for aces and can't let it go post flop. Or the guy who finally made his flush and he's facing a ton of heat on a paired board. It reminds me of this familiar quote. Maybe you've heard of it. When a man with money meets a man with experience, the man with experience leaves with the money and the man with money leaves with experience. However, these players will short buy to oblivion and come back every time with the same leak. Here's your public service announcement. At the low stakes, you can't move a player off what they perceive as a strong hand if they aren't the type of player to hand read. Some players are there to hit their hand and will die before you get them to fold it, even if they think they're beat. They just gotta see it. I'd like to see it for my whole stack, please. What is my whole stack for I'd like to see it? I think you've got it, but I'm not good enough to fold. I know I should fold, but I'm not that good. When you hear one of those phrases, you know it's not looking good for your bluff. I've said in previous videos, and I'll say it again here, be the brick wall. Rarely try and bluff these players when they show interest in the pot and value bet them to death. It's boring, straightforward, but profitable.